Hello, today we are talking about recycling on a pretty massive scale. To do that, we are turning to Melissa Puhala, Fastenal's Director of Supply Chain Compliance. Melissa, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So let's dive into this. More and more folks are wanting to keep things out of the landfill. What kind of things can we even recycle these days?
It has changed so much over the years. I've been involved with this topic for over a decade now, and it went away from the simple plastic bottles and paper that everybody thinks about in their home or at the business place. And they've really expanded to everything from PPE, personal protective equipment, such as earplugs and coveralls and gloves. And you're seeing any item that ends up in the waste stream. Companies are challenging themselves to learn out of ways to recycle that item. So we've really had to up our game with regards to finding ways to be a part of that.
So how does this work? Is there a program or programs that people can tap into? Is this kind of like the easy button, as it were, with like large scale recycling?
Absolutely. It kind of started with us asking questions about what is the waste stream before, and kind of worked ourselves backwards of what products create that. So beyond our packaging that products are delivered in, that seemed like the low hanging fruit and easy target for us to look at is how do we reduce the packaging? And we worked with our suppliers to do that. The flip side of it is once a product ends in consumption, let's say a glove or an earplug, when that's done, they have take back programs such as Veolia or TerraCycle. That these are companies that have really stepped up to the plate and created a way to find recycling opportunities for that to be used. So it's sometimes a part number, and there's a box that you can fill up when it's done, and you ship it back, and it gets recycled. And some of them just are made of environmentally friendly or eco-friendly packaging where it can be recycled locally. So every program is a little bit different and really driven by the waste stream itself.
So we've said waste stream a couple of times now. To me, that basically just means what are we talking about and where is it going? If that's not the right way for me to be thinking about it, please correct me.
That's
But
a great way.
okay, perfect.
It really is as simple as what is the material in the product? It could be metal scraps or it could be a Tyvek suit or anything like that that needs to end up in being reused as much as possible. So we partner with companies such as TerraCycle or Veolia that have a take back program, and you just fill the box up and you ship it and it gets recycled and there's reporting available for it. So we're really looking to work with suppliers that offer not only eco-friendly products and are conscious about the packaging that they're doing, but learning what products actually have or companies have recycling services to offer along with it.
What scale are we looking at here? A lot of companies these days are working across borders. Are these programs global?
Yes, they are. And I believe that that's going to be our expectation when we're working with suppliers that we're onboarding is not only, again, being eco-friendly with the product and supply chain that you're working in, but making sure that we do have access to regional, local, and global opportunities when it comes to recycling. And the two examples I brought up before, like Veolia and TerraCycle, those are global programs. So knowing that we're in over 25 countries, we're really trying to keep that same foundation and expectation so we can bring those results to our customers as well.
That makes sense. Okay. So we're back to waste streams now. Which are the most common? What are we looking at?
I think every company starts with that low-hanging fruit, and you think about it, it's right behind you. It's the packaging that products have, and anything that can go into a garbage can and or a recycling bin, okay? So the biggest and bulkiest items to me are going to be the cardboard and the paper products. And then it really goes into packaging supplies, and so the plastics, and you think about all the beverage and articles that we are all used to either returning your aluminum cans or your plastic bottles. Well, Fastenal sells bottled water. So we get involved with the states that have programs to really promote the recycling of that and less use. So beyond those basic ones, the waste streams have really went to the point of chemicals being recycled. They have metal scraps and all that, including PPE has probably been the biggest one that customers now are identifying. We're throwing so much of this away. And if I could just paint a picture for you, think about people coming into a facility or a manufacturing facility, and they have to put on a certain pair of gloves every single day and earplugs in and out as they're going in and out of a facility. Well, those can only be used one time in most cases or until a certain amount of use. It ends up in the garbage bag. So they really went to the industry to try to understand, again, not just trying to manufacture more eco friendly, but what are we doing with all this waste? And now these companies like TerraCycle are behind most of the manufacturer programs, and we've all put some investment into keeping that available. So that continues to offer solutions. So that is probably the largest category that I say has a need today.
So I would agree with you. That sounds like a really good place to be starting. I'm kind of wondering how Fastenal can help. What are some steps that someone needs to be taking to even start recycling on this workflow level?
I always say it starts with identify your waste. And we talked about waste streams, but really it's the facilities manager. They have the best insight with regards to the waste and the recycling or any type of refuse that they have to manage, as well as large consumption. So it may not all be items that Fastenal sells to them, but it produces waste. Well, we have solutions no matter what the waste stream is, and we want to be a strategic partner in making sure that those are available to our customers. So another example there is working with Fastenal and your local representatives to identify that. Just start having conversations. And when you're working with either your local rep or our compliance team to identify which programs fit for you. And you know what? We've made it easy. There are recycling icons next to products that qualify for these programs. So when you're shopping on any Fastenal website, whether it's in the US, Canada, Mexico, etc., you're going to see that this product qualifies for a recycling program, and we want to guide the user. And that's going to be great for our customers, but also our salespeople in the field.
So I'm going to take a stab at wrapping everything up here, and you're going to correct me where I go astray. But if we were thinking about recycling and just getting into it, we'd be looking for a program, and we'd be doing that based on the type of item, the waste stream that we're really looking for. Is that right so far?
You got it.
Okay, and if we want to start looking into this program, we can just turn to Fastenal.
Absolutely.
Melissa, thanks for talking today.
Thank you.